The Whiskey Brothers podcast is intended for an adult listening audience. If you find yourself easily offended, I guarantee this will do it.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
From Houston, Texas, the Whiskey Brothers podcast starts now.
Welcome, everybody, to the Whiskey Brothers podcast, episode 932. That is, we're getting up there in numbers as we get closer and closer to the 1,000 number. We come to you on Twitch, and then you can also find us on YouTube and Spotify and all the iHeart and all the cool places you find podcasts after the fact. This is your crew. Slade Ham, your host, Trey Tutson, Sam Damaris, Jerry Wayne Longmire in the 4th seat, and on his inaugural day, we do 2 episods in a day. He is having to drink some white liquor.
Oh, shit.
So we're pouring him up. We're drinking from the bottle of, you know what? I realized
this whole show was about white liquor.
I realized I forgot to do this last episode. We have
That's my fantasies.
white liquor. We have a sponsor on the studio, and I am remiss for not mentioning this last episode. We literally were supposed to kick off last episode with this new sponsor, and I dropped the ball egregiously. So let's get into it. From the vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Yeah.
There we are. Now you got to give it the ring. Vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com. The book is out.
The book is out.
It is finished en route. In fact, there is a copy. You can buy it on Amazon right now. And I'm gonna have to go. I've got to now go look at how exactly to pronounce the title because it's a very
long title.
Well, it's not that it's long. It's the and I've got to get over to the stupid Whiskey Brothers. Damn it! I'll do it on the break. It's a glacier. I'm gonna mess up the title. The book is steeped in mythology and lore, and I've got to get a copy so I can tell you specifically what's in it. If you go to vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Look deeper. Give it some chunk.
Vaultsoflore.com.
There you go. If you go to vaultsoflore.com. How about you do that part, then I'll do the Beastie Boys part.
Okay,
so you tell the story, and then I'll.
No, I don't know that part. Go ahead.
Just go, and I'll correct you where you're wrong.
Shit. It's mythical.
Mythical.
No, I don't know this shit.
No, I don't know this shit. Ha 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 ha.
What happened?
It's he wrote a book, and God damn it! All right, look, let me pull this all up. I feel like if I start talking,
It's on what?
It's on our
Whiskey
Facebook,
Brothers chat
and it's on Amazon, and it's on our Facebook, and it's vaultsoflore.com. And if you guys would just talk for 2 seconds,
Okay.
I'd get right over
I was
there.
gonna find it because you're the one who knows the damn story.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the story.
Just talk.
Okay.
Oh, he's looking for it.
Jay, here's the thing. You're just as confused as I am, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Oh, yeah, y'all wasn't here.
It just sounds like some Magic the Gathering fucking like.
Yeah, it's
So does
Dungeons and
Paladin,
Dragons.
yeah, you take 15 hit points in the.
Where's Will Loden? He knows about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
That's who we
it
need.
is.
Vaultsofloden.com.
No, it's dude, if I'm not mistaken. It was like it's one of those
There's a bunch of white people shit
mythical
like
novel.
dragons and
Yeah,
shit.
it's like a but
Game of Thrones.
I
Vaults of
can't
Thrones.
remember exactly what it was all about because we got to see a preview of read a preview of what it was about, and Rob did like some voiceover shit that was for it, but it feels like eons ago when it all took place, and I don't know what I just don't remember the fucking story. I just keep doing the drop for it.
I like when
Straight-
you, when
I
you
got
talk
you.
about Rob doing anything, you're like, it feels like it was eons ago.
Trade lives in dog years.
He's been running this podcast 47 years.
Yeah, it's I don't know, but no, that was the thing. But it's like an interesting thing. He's got a whole website that was for it. If you went to the website, you could read a little bit of
It
it.
must be interesting because this is the first nice thing you've said about anything ever.
Yeah, ever.
Well, it's a sponsor, so I know how to be polite. But it's great. It's like,
Someone has to pay you.
yeah.
He gave us money, so we like
Yeah.
his shit.
Nope. This is all right. So you're not ready for this. You're not ready. You're not ready for this.
He's an author, so he knows. He sympathizes.
Agicalia Volume 1, Magic's End is the name of the book. So that Agacalia, Agicalia. Okay. Volume 1, Magic's End. Vaultsoflore.com. Now, I asked him for a couple of notes to explain the book. I said, give me a couple of points till the book gets here and I get a chance to digest it, right? Because, all right, so
Agicalia sounds like something that just got disqualified for the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's
Her and Shakari will not be
You know how we feel.
participating.
all right, so I'm gonna break the book.
funny.
This is a description of the book. If something in here doesn't grab you, you all right?
That tastes like a fucking gym sock.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers.
You're in. You're in, baby.
Welcome to
I
the
want out.
All right, keep that face on you.
This couldn't have been what I was working for.
By the way, stop eating gym socks. Throw that out there.
I got no point of reference.
Shouldn't be a reference to your palate.
All right, this is it's in paperback and Kindle. You pull it together
Yeah, I've got
for
it.
one paragraph.
You want some water or White Claw?
A paranormal collection of adventures covering a lot of serious subject matter from the historical to modern, such as the origin of beings of lore like elves, dragons, and demons, the upcoming quantum singularity, the invasion of Crimea, and the G-Men in Black, approaching these issues in a very casual, whimsical way as viewed through the eyes of an extraplanar alien who is now homeless and becomes an American citizen and despondent DJ who may or may not have died and come back to life because of the Mandela effect and quantum immortality.
This sounds like Zeppelin 4.
I don't know.
That is so...
I'm in.
This is Zeppelin 4.
That's damn close.
Yeah.
It might track. None of those words made sense to you. You look
Yeah,
the Zeppelin 4 part. So the
Band?
yeah.
Okay, no, I was
The
making
album.
sure. Okay. The album. Zeppelin.
I
Um,
don't think they ever played guitar like that, though.
The no one does.
Yeah, only at your family reunion.
Yeah. Fuck you. Yes, and.
My father's got a haircut that is based in the military.
Hand tight.
Wow. Next up on the air washboard.
Yeah.
The Woo! Mike Ethereal, the author. He says, if you can't be fucked to buy the book, please at least support the arts and walk into your local library drunk off your ass, or courageously stone cold sober and loudly announce that they should carry Vaults of Lore. Educalia, Volume 1, Magic
Please go purchase the book.
It's
Go
a,
support
do it.
this
We're gonna give a
guy.
copy away. We're getting. They're gonna
Okay,
send a copy.
fantastic.
I'm gonna give it away, and we're gonna both read it, and then we're gonna talk. about
I like that he is white, and he
How
is
do you know?
a fantasy shebang bang.
I'll tell you how you know it's because there's no apostrophe in Agicalia.
Yeah,
That's how he
And he's
it.
not.
But there's two in Ethereal.
And how did he get Rob to do voice work on shit he don't believe in?
Fuck your Norse god.
Yeah. No,
So yeah, go ahead. No, that's it. We're gonna get a copy of the book. We're gonna give a copy of the book away. Vaultsalore.com. You should go.
only reason I brought that up is because my mom gave me a book. It was like a fantasy deal, like sort of in that same genre.
Was it about your dad?
No, no.
What's
That
the title?
was
He's
that
coming
the
in.
fantasy?
Yeah, the title's he'll be back with
Yeah.
those cigarettes.
I went to do it, but they're still together. So it's
That's funny. Yeah,
Child support.
yeah.
Molly.
I'll just call you.
This book's called Vaults of Lore, Marlboro.
that's really funny.
I'll just call you.
I'll just call you.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Your father. No, dude. It was a book, on that thing, but it was written by a black dude. So I'm reading it and I'm just like, I can't invest in this at all.
You
like,
didn't buy Black Fantasy?
it just fits. It's like, no, dude. Like, where's the struggle? Where's the black in it? It was too much.
You don't
on the
read,
other-
but you don't read fantasy. Like, this isn't in your genre. You don't have a lot of points of reference for fantasy, right? Like, fantasy's all
No.
struggle. Fantasy is all racial. They just,
Game of Thrones had slaves.
no,
but yeah, like they just mask that shit with, they just call them elves and dwarves and
yeah,
stuff. It's the same.
Yeah. And I just couldn't. The names that he was using. I was like, I feel like you're pretending to be something that ain't really inside.
Was he trying to do like bury it but not really bury it, where he was like, these people are
Well,
the Blackanese,
yeah.
or like, you know what I mean? Where, like, oh, I bet I can
No,
figure out what you're
no,
trying to
the
say here.
The Blacolians.
That's
Right,
early. That's
that's what
early
they were.
'80s science fiction.
The,
Yes, exactly.
the preface.
Isaac
Preface.
Asimov.
The preface, yeah.
I couldn't get past it. And I was I can't. I'm trying, and I was like, well, this is great because I usually just read shit that people recommend. To
Is
me.
there fantasy that you do like?
Ooh, great.
Yeah, but it involves 2 women.
Now 3. That's-
No, I think it involves getting some sleep. I think the fantasies stopped being about those women a long time
In
ago.
Trey's
Yeah.
fantasy, he's not married.
Yeah, that's- yeah, there's no women.
Ooh,
There's
no,
no
but
such thing as marriage.
honestly, thinking about it,
Because you play in non-fictional waters a lot. All you really do is ingest like
yeah,
real shit.
So I was
is there anything that like?
I don't fucking know. I like as far as reading
You're like,
goes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few books about the Holocaust that. Now I'm fucking with y'all, but I'm kidding.
Jesus.
But anywho's,
I thought I was bad with a paternity joke.
yeah. No, I don't. No, none.
Nothing.
And when my mom gave it to
Drunk
me,
dial line ringing.
I was.
yet?
when my
Yeah,
mom-
but it's a cop.
Are
It's
the
a
Proud
cop, yeah.
Boys calling back?
No, when my mom gave it to me, I was like, "Well, this would be good. I can like read this and like escape. It'll be a world to gravitate into
Yeah.
while reading."
That's what fantasy's for.
I just was like, "Oh, this is tough. This is a tough read." Yeah, and but
Is it-
anyway,
Do you get into it in film at all? Like, are you like pro
film,
Shrek?
I'm starting to get. Yeah, I love all of that shit. But that animation is easy. But like, I like all the Marvel movies. I feel like they're the perfect movies. Like, you get everything you're supposed to get out of a fucking Marvel movie. And
But Lord of the Rings, was that
I've seen half of one of those.
you watched The Irishman
With
3
most
times?
People. Most people have seen half of one of those.
Yeah. Shay's a big fantasy. She likes like all the Harry Potters and
Alright.
shit like that. So I've tried.
I couldn't
But-
do Harry Potter.
You couldn't do Harry Potter.
No.
I actually read those books, man. I enjoyed the
I
shit
couldn't
out
do the books, couldn't do the movies. I saw 1, I saw 2, and then I
I'm
just stopped.
sorry about that.
Not
Feel
watching Harry
awful.
Potter?
No,
No,
I
it's
just hate
cool.
I made that stupid joke, and I could have said I read a book on COVID, which would have been that would have been
A
more
better joke.
present day
Yeah.
A
than
better
that
joke.
stupid
An absolutely
goofy
better
shit.
joke.
So I apologize.
But you know
people.
what? See, here's the thing. That's what they don't understand is that
So
when you're
It
writing a joke,
involved the same amount of white supremacy.
Exactly. it literally would have been more current and made the point that I was fucking going after. It was so stupid.
it's
I'm
and
sorry
a
about
tenth less dead people.
Yeah.
It would have. Yeah, you could have literally a tenth. You could have.
So
As
stupid.
comics, though, we just reach up and grab like you're just plugging in a module. That's what I don't think they understand. There's a formula there,
Yeah.
and you go this plus this equals this,
Yeah.
and you just grab the wrong box of cereal. Shouldn't have been
And
in
now
your
somebody's gonna
racist ass
clip it
fucking
and call
pantry
me
to begin
coon
with.
38 times. I'll never call you that word again, and I apologize for ever calling you that fucking word. That is the worst word you could ever call a black man from another black man. It's worse than the N-word.
Did it come
Because
back
the
to you?
si-
Wait, did it get caught? What
Wait,
happened?
What's
I got
the
called
word?
coon 38 fucking times last Monday
What the fuck were
by
you doing?
by an untalented,
Last Monday.
bad father, just a terrible motherfucker. I haven't told
Were
y'all this
you
shit.
here?
It doesn't matter. No, I left and I went to go do spots after we left from here, and I went to go do my shit.
So
and
it was
I
a
don't even want to.
comic.
Yeah, and I don't want. We don't have to get into it, but I've been meaning to apologize. We haven't had to have our black moment because
Well,
you know,
I can say
Oh
this,
yeah,
but
white people.
invading.
Colonizing.
Keeps getting
Colonizing.
whitewashed,
Thank
but
you.
but I mean it like I said it to you like jokingly, but like I'll never fucking call another black man it again because it's so fucking it's worse than the N-word because the N-word is just a slur, an attack on the person.
What's the when
But
when they say that?
coon
What is
and
the
house-
insinuation?
It's that you are it's the deceit. It's the betrayal that's attached. No other ethnic group has this, and they don't have the impact of it that's attached to it as well.
Where
that's
is
the
it-
most
is
hurtful
it-
shit
is
I
it-
could
it
ever.
means you sold out black people to impress white people.
impress
and-
white
yeah.
people.
Where is it next to like Uncle Tom on
That's in there. That's all
same
shit.
circle.
But it's
House N-word,
Yeah,
same shit.
Yeah, but Coon is the one where
It's
it's
the
just,
one
it's-
because it's so quick.
Yeah.
and it's like a jab. And I'll never, even if I was fucking around with you, I never meant it. I'll
I
never
know, I know,
fucking.
I know.
I'll
It's-
never
Man,
say that to you
I
again.
This
did he
table
say it
is-
to
I
your
feel like that's
face?
only come up. That doesn't like that's a you hear a lot of things in arguments
You know
or
y'all
conversations.
shit?
No,
Oh, not
what-
you. You're Lebanese.
it's
But-
a-
There's this Benedict
You know
Arnold.
exactly. Which do you know Mexican peoples? Coconut. Ooh,
Yeah.
delicious.
brown on the
Coconut.
outside, white
Yeah.
on the inside.
Ooh,
Coconut.
so. But like that shit is like, like you know, it's worse, man.
But
And
my question is like, look. It's been thrown at me 38 times in a week. But here's the thing.
Try a moment.
But I'm just saying, I'm like, when I'm walking around in an Anthrax shirt or whatever, like, I'm like, it sucks, but I understand how at face value thing. What the fuck could Trey Tutson do to ever make somebody say you're not black?
And what white people did he impress?
Y'all, including Sam.
He never impressed me.
Bro. I'm still waiting, Jerry. I'm still waiting.
Maybe it wouldn't happen 38 times in the afternoon if you went to nicer barbershops.
Yeah.
I know a Vietnamese lady takes care of me in and out. Charges the same thing, 15 years.
But
her last name happens to be Kuhn.
Sue Kuhn. No, man, I didn't. I don't even. It's
You have to get into it. I get it.
some of the allegations. Now, this is what bothers me is like,
What are the allegations? That's what warrants that
I don't
terminology.
This is their words, not mine. I don't represent for black people well. Now, I'm not in no shape or form a braggart because I don't believe in myself.
But wait, in what context? As a human being or as a comic?
As a comic, I have a long way to go, and I'm whatever.
This is coming from comics who are not representing at all.
Yeah, but it's but just meaning
Or
like
getting booked.
Right.
getting booked.
That's what I mean.
And
That's what I mean. You're only able to represent because you have an audience.
Exactly. And my whole thing is that I don't have a lot of times I go on stage and I don't do well. I do know that I'm doing well enough to where somebody can look at me and go,
You're not
think
micing
that
anymore. You got a voice. You know what you're doing. You write a joke and it's going to come out 80%
and I
hit.
go, how am I not? You suck every time you go up. You're not representing well.
Right?
You're bad. Also, I don't understand this thing. Like, there's a specific group of people, black people, or even maybe just people of color that like they think that there's a specific way that you're supposed to be when you carry a certain skin tone, and it's like, well, did our ancestors not die for us to be the black people that we wanted to be, not to be one specific way? Liberation is in many forms. It's not. What the fuck are you doing? I'm supposed to just be exactly like how you are, you unbookable bitch. Like what? What the fuck do you? What are you talking about? The other allegation is I talk disrespectful about my wife on stage. What? Anything she doesn't want me to say, I don't say. But I preface everything about her with, I love my wife, she's a queen, and here's what I don't like about her. And then I say the things that I say, and she laughs, and she sucks my dick, and she cooks me dinner, while you go home, and I don't know what the fuck you do. I don't even know if you
They go
primal
home and they
enough to-
watch you looking for something to bitch about is what they fucking do, because they ain't got jack shit going on in their motherfucking lives.
You understand?
Yeah, how do you even have the energy
20
to
years,
do this
motherfucker.
stuff? Like-
20 fucking years.
And-
oh, you dating a white girl. I guess you too good for us. No, because my grandfather got hit with a fire hose so I could fuck a white woman.
So I
That's
could
why.
fuck white women.
I can fuck a white woman and not swing from a fucking tree
That's
for it.
bullshit, man. I hate that's happening
Man,
to you.
I got called this, but this is the thing.
I hate it happen to you, but I'm damn sure
It's
happened
just
to
been
you.
something that's
Fucked
been
up.
going where like people are coming up to me saying, "Hey man, have you heard this motherfucker is saying X, Y, and Z?" And I'm like, "No, what's up?" And then when the conversation gets presented, you hear the shit. This is also somebody that I put an entire show together for,
Of course.
because hey man, I'm trying to empathize with you. I think what's happening is fucked up. I put you on that show and you didn't do well. The show for you. You didn't do well. It's like,
Here's the hypocrisy of it. Black comics will sit there and call you a coon and call you an Uncle Tom, whatever, and say that you're representing black people poorly, and they'll do it while wearing a Richard Pryor T-shirt, who married a white woman twice, fired a gun at her, talked about smoking crack, and I'm like, and they say that I'm a poor representation for black people, and I'm like, look at your fucking shirt. Look at your shirt.
they'll do it.
He was
while,
a fucking maniac.
they'll do it while quoting Frederick Douglass, who married a white woman.
Yes.
I only thing that
PM me after the show, and I'll tell you the guy's name.
Which by the way,
yeah.
Which, by the way, Frederick Douglass is the first guy to get called coon because he had the audacity to learn how to read.
Look at you progressing motherfucker.
He knows.
No,
what he
it's
did.
a dude.
You
and
actually
it's,
know how to spell what they calling us?
It's crazy because bro. Trust me, you know if you're getting it, I have gotten it. And he's seen. I go into black rooms and like the second I start talking, there's like I get it, and it's just it's this hate to it where it's just like, look, man, isn't the beauty of it is that we're supposed to be fucking different from each other? We're all supposed to be individuals.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to talk, dress, and think exactly like you. Like, motherfucker, you paid to listen to me. If I thought and talked exactly like you want your fucking money back.
Yeah.
You understand?
1000%.
You paid money to come watch this fucking psycho who is up here subjecting himself to your instant fucking ridicule. That takes a level of insanity that you fucking don't have, which is why your bitch ass is in the audience out $20.
I tried to explain this to hillbillies after the show when they're mad because I like gay people.
Yeah. Now, granted, I can
You
have
done
that.
sold out your people.
Now, granted, like when you pay to watch the show, I can have that argument because motherfucker, you in here, you paid to see me. At the Black Barbershop, I paid to be in here, and I should probably shut the fuck up.
And I am an audience member, and yes, I love Michael Jordan. Like, yeah, or whatever the case. But that I literally had to deal with that, and
Can you just go to his barbershop and stir some shit up?
he ain't got no hair.
It.
I've said this shit. He walk around capping all the
Hairless.
time. You know why he's capping? Because he's bald headed.
It comes from
Does he
people
wear
though.
glasses?
That's
It
the
co-
old redneck
you know,
toupee.
I know
Everybody, that's the thing. Everybody knows who this hating motherfucker is. It's
Yeah.
just it's new to me because I'm not, like I say, not bragging. I'm not used to people
Bro.
hating me.
Just relax and work.
I'm
You
good.
just
No, I'm
bu-
good.
You just stay
It's
busy.
just
But get it out.
38 coons is a bit much. As a white person would say, yeah. Then I'll say this: the motherfucker that was in the car that drove him up, he more of a bitch. Because if I'm like the same thing like you said, our friend that you stopped, right? Hey man, don't do that. That's stupid. Blah blah blah. If you my boy, okay, hey, you about to do something really stupid. I'm not gonna have you do that. This motherfucker drove him up. He hanging out the passenger side of the window, which Shay told me. My wife said, babe, you cannot reason with somebody that's hanging out the passenger side
of
of
his
somebody's
best friend's ride.
Trying to holler at Trey.
because
Trying to
he is
holler at you.
exactly because he's proving to you
I
that
don't want no
he-
coons.
he's proving to you that he has no drive. He literally showing you he has
And he
no
doesn't
drive.
drive.
Not use that.
He has
You did
no
not
drive.
use
I
that.
swear
he
to God,
doesn't
my
drive.
wife said that. Most hilarious thing I ever heard her say. She was like, he's proving to you that he has no drive.
He has a driver.
He has a driver. He ain't got no drive himself. And he pulls up and he's saying all this shit. And I just sat there and I shouldn't have entertained it, but I'm like, what is your problem? What is your problem with me? And I realized after talking to him was the point that I made him weeks prior to that is your problem is with yourself.
No, his problem
like-
is your success.
I don't
His problem is he's been doing it longer than you, and you're riding a rocket ship to the top, and he's doing nothing but sitting on Facebook and hating on other motherfuckers what they're doing. That is the problem.
even I don't even want
I
to
can tell you right now, back in the day, MySpace Comedy, when they made that thing, it was
Uh-huh.
a very easy template that you could put in your schedule, whatever. And when I would catch shit from people, I was just going to look at their page.
And
I
they
would
was
look at their calendar, and they had nothing on there. And I was like, I don't give a fuck what you have to say to me.
Yeah.
That's how I do
don't
that
fucking
now.
care.
When somebody talks shit to me now, I go, let me look at your schedule. I'll fuck you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I just somebody talks shit. I don't even look at their profile. I just block them.
During the
Fucking
pandemic, there was people
done.
talking shit about people going and doing gigs.
Yeah.
And
All
I
of
go,
them
look
blocked.
up, like pre-pandemic. You weren't getting booked before the pandemic. The pandemic didn't stop your
Man,
career.
I'm just. I was gonna apologize to you before this happened. Anyway, I'm meaning to do that
Because bro, he said it way more than 38 times to you. I'm gonna be like,
I'm about to say it's about five. It's about five.
If I'd have said
Episode
it
910,
38
I counted 46
I'm
times.
just saying, as a white man watching it, felt
It
like
felt
way
like-
more.
Oh yeah. In your ears, everyone counts for 7. It's
was
like
down-
dog coons.
They echo.
Dog coons is fucking hilarious.
This was weird. We all pictured one.
Yep.
Tell me you wouldn't have one as a pet.
Mine is a black poodle.
Yeah, but the
With
tail's
an
still
afro
stripy.
and all pritsy and
But
shit.
the tail's still stripy.
Yes, and he
Fuck,
barks
man.
like
And he's
Jeffrey
got the
from The
mask.
Prince of Bel-Air. For whatever reason.
Monster Tutson.
Master Tutson. Could you please interest me in a bowl of water?
So here's the thing, man. I got a cousin who's a militant Muslim and whatnot. And he's always been up my ass about how I'm not black enough and this, that, and the other. And then over the pandemic, when George Floyd got killed, I hit social media, and then he was like, "I will never fuck with you again." he was like, he goes, because you go around and you live life going to all these metal shows, taking pictures with Marilyn Manson and the guys from Slayer and this, that, and the other. He goes, but when some real black shit happens, he's like, I watched this motherfucker step up. He was like, I was trying to post shit, and I was like, my cousin already had it. My cousin already hit it. And he was like, he goes, you woke up every day. I was like, yeah, I woke up every day posting, looking for some shit. Come say something. Come say something. I'll fuck you up.
But it's sad that it took that for him to come around. He's your family.
Yo, yeah,
well,
yeah.
and
My family?
Here's the thing.
I expect it.
Here's the one thing that I have learned over the weekend. No, like, maybe not family. Because everybody that's blood ain't family. They're your relatives, but your family is motherfuckers that's built in loyalty.
Fast and the Furious 10 this summer.
Everything's possible with
Whiskey
family.
Brothers Network.
No, that's true family. It's like, I can't.
You're 100%
you know what I'm
right.
saying? It's like, I could, like.
I'm a huge fan of chosen family.
Yeah,
I've got a chosen family, and I've got my family, and there's some of them I love, but
Sub Tank.
There's a lot of
That's
toxic-
family. That's family right
Do
there.
you have
That's-
anything to
yeah.
say?
It goes without
like-
saying. I share DNA.
I'm sorry.
I share DNA with a lot of people that ain't close as with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I
the
mean?
two closest people to me on the planet don't have any of my DNA.
Absolutely.
Can you, I just feel like
They are
No,
white.
the
you know
last
what? I
two
feel like
episodes have been.
I feel like my best role is to
blackity,
shut the
blackity,
fuck up and listen.
And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all.
And they black, y'all.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is.
sorry.
I know when to just listen, bro. I got whiskey and my friends around me.
you
This- shut up and go. I've been talking all
All right,
day.
but can I ask this? Do
You about to drag me down an uncomfortable
no,
road?
By the way,
How can we get
Hold on.
Slade
By the way.
canceled?
Rob,
Remember, I was okay.
He's
Rob-
in
Rob
Rob's
is-
seat. He might slip.
Rob is watching this right now going, I'm so glad I left.
yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting conversation.
Rob isn't watching.
Yeah,
this.
that's the question.
No, I honestly want to know, do you guys do white comics have sort of that?
We don't know.
You
And
know what I
here's
mean?
why: because there's not a universal culture to uphold. There's no.
Yeah.
I don't have. Take me and Rob for instance.
smart.
Take me and Jerry. There's no. There's not a cultural. We're as close. I grew up in Beaumont, Texas, and he's got that accent. We're as close as you could possibly
Yeah.
be in terms of ideology and everything. But there's not a universally accepted. This is what white people should
Y'all
go
don't
up
have to
and
represent
address
white
and
people.
talk about because it's
Gotcha.
fragmented, right? Like mine is my cultural stuff is either Irish or Lebanese.
I was gonna say it'd be weird if you was getting a lot of Lebanese and
Right.
like
uh,
you Lebanese and coon. Like,
That's
Well, I
exactly.
mean,
It's
Well, now I'm
What he's
picturing
saying,
that.
though,
fuck the dog.
Euphrates water dog or whatever.
I don't even know
breed
what
of-
Lebanese means, but
Just
I'm
somebody
picturing
bitching with a
It's
bowl
when
of
two
hummus.
women really like each other. I don't know how.
it. Okay,
Somebody
I've
with
heard
a
of
bowl
that.
of hummus, bitching.
that's-
Slade, you're not really talking about the issues.
but
don't
what
know
he's
if that's
saying,
how
though,
they-
like what we were
Eat
saying,
your
like they
for the
expect
chickpeas or you
chickpeas.
don't get your meat.
but how they expect us all to be the same. Like they're white comedy fans who will buy a ticket to Brian Regan and buy a ticket to Doug Stanhope. Like
Yeah,
on their side of the coin, it's all about being individual and not falling in. Unless you live in Austin and then you're all supposed to be
There's
exactly the same.
there's
There's still some hatred of success, and hillbillies get shit on pretty good.
that for sure. And no,
Okay,
and it's
okay.
guys like Larry the Cable. But once you
I heard a lot of
transcend-
Jerry the Cable Guy when I showed it.
totally.
But you know what? Y'all grew up as poor as we,
Yeah.
Exactly.
But once you
and it's that hatred of success.
once you transcend a certain level, you're just gonna get it.
Yeah.
But there is no like there is a black point of view perceivably to
Okay.
comics where you're straying from the platform.
The focus.
There's not one of those because
We have
we
no
don't
platform.
agree on shit.
Yeah.
There's
That's right, Tripton.
we just don't have a universal anything.
I believe in being kind to people.
I will say
and
this though.
supporting
Hang on
people.
one
and-
second. Mike Hake, they just said, is there Latino gatekeeping? No.
I-
Latino comedians.
They just put all their material in a bucket and everybody gets in.
But as far as
That's really
racial
funny.
unity goes, bro, I mean, dude, there's two guys down the valley. Mario Salazar was just on, man. Latino comics, when you build a fan base, you have a fucking diehard
For
fan
life.
base.
Let-
They
forever.
fucking.
Let-
I love doing Latino shows too because they come out to party.
I will tell you this. At one point in my former life, I was a repo man. And one of the things I'd have to do is I have to drive around to all these apartment complexes in Dallas, and I'd have to go spot out these cars that needed to go and go in there and get them. And when I went to the white, poor apartment complexes,
Yeah.
there was always some white dude I could slip $20 and go find me them cars. Black folks was the same way.
Shit.
Not in the Latino
They don't
community.
play.
Nope.
Really?
Them motherfuckers start setting their car alarms off, and
Yep.
it'd be a goddamn
He's here.
parade.
He's here. He's
Yeah.
here.
Ali Sadiq talked
There
about
was
this,
no sneaking in.
about. I hope just about going to prison.
Uh-huh. Oh,
And-
yeah,
and-
he's open.
And
yeah.
he's talked about when he was in there. The one thing that he noticed is that the one when you go in, you need somebody to look out for you. You're white or you're black. Most times, oh no, I'm sorry. If you're black, if it was not your mom, your sister, or your auntie, you were pretty fucked. If it was your lady, about 20%, he said maybe 20% of the women would step up and ride for you and be there for you. He said, but white, it was about 60, 70%. Latino, 90%.
Really?
They riding 1,000%, and it's true. He said also when you go to jail, like if you go in prison, when you black, you're more likely to get into an altercation with another black dude.
Yep.
Like the black dude's on some goofy shit. The Latino community, they would not let you like starve and fuck you. Like they'll look out for. They would share with each other. They broke bread with each other. That's one thing I do remember from being around predominantly Hispanic and white people, was that when you were a friend to the Latino community, they looked out for you like family.
Right.
If you was sitting at lunch and you ain't had shit, they would all break bread off of they shit so that you could have a complete meal. They would really fucking look out for you.
White people
man.
don't do that.
Black people don't
White
either.
people thought, oh,
I only speak. I can
yeah.
only speak from one side
Yeah,
of this table.
I got you,
can-
but-
Also, Asians take care of their own.
Asians take
Asians
care,
take
but,
care of their own,
but
and
just
Latinos
them.
do.
They not integrated.
Ooh.
You can't be another motherfucking shit. And like I said, how
If you
the
date an
Latino-
Asian girl and you go meet her dad and you're not Asian,
he gonna
fuck
flat out tell you he don't fuck with you
Nope.
to your face.
Nope.
He
They don't give a fuck.
Why him? Why him? They gonna ask you why him straight up.
I
1,000%.
noticed that shit when I was repoing, man. It was.
You saw a
It
lot
was
of shit when you was
crazy to
repoing,
me.
Jared.
Yeah.
What did you what was honestly what was the community that was? I know you said like how the Latino it was tough and stuff like that, but who was probably the most outrageous patrons to deal with?
The white folks.
The white, really,
Oh, yeah.
The only people who ever shot at me were white people.
really.
Yeah, I repoed a bass boat one time, and that dude fired off a lot of rounds. Shot the back windshield out of my truck, shot
Yeah.
all the tailgate, just shot his bass boat all to hell.
Because you got it on the back of your shit.
Yeah.
He shot his own boat.
Yeah. I had one black dude pull a gun on me over a $300 Honda Accord.
Oh my god.
I can't believe they
But I
even wanted
lied
you to
to
repo
him
it.
until he let me go. It was a tote the note lot type deal.
Okay.
I lied to him, and he let me put the car down and go, and promised he was going to get shit straightened out. But it was always more predominantly the people chasing me across the parking lot and threatening me and screaming and hurling obscenities at me were white women.
1,000%.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and usually intoxicated.
Comedy club
Yeah.
devils.
That's the most. Yeah, that's the most entitled group in the history of.
It
they-
was,
they've never- yeah.
And
it
somehow they've managed to be just as oppressed as black people. Like somehow
Dude,
white women have
Bill
made their
Burr,
way.
Bill Burr opened
He
his
has the
last
perfect
special where he's like, I don't know where this all came from, but I'm pretty sure white women started it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I didn't know the most oppressed group of people on the way. And bro, let me tell you, the
What's up?
the angriest I've been in fucking years.
Okay.
All right. I'm on Facebook, and this is in the wake of George Floyd, and some dude was like, yeah, the whole Black Lives Matter thing is like, all lives matter. And I was like, hey, man, all lives do. I was trying to have just a regular conversation with the dude. I was like, let me explain to you. I'm like, all lives do matter, right? At least they're supposed to. I go, but the reason why we're saying Black Lives Matter is that because when a cop shoots you, he at least goes to court and is going to face due process.
There's some
When he
consequences.
shoots me, they say we see no problem here, which is why we're saying Black Lives Matter. That's not me saying your life doesn't matter. That's a hey reminder, Black Lives Matter too. Like
Yeah.
if
But
we just
were
put the word two on it,
y'all were systematically being murdered
yes.
Yeah.
by
And-
the system
and
and,
I
getting
go-
away with it. I get
And I was
that.
like, and that's what it is. It's just it's a reminder. Hey, by the way, we matter too, and this, that, and the other. And this white girl came in and goes, look, that's not what it's about. What it's about is this. And I was like, bitch, who the fuck are you
You
talking
gotta
to?
take a back seat. Yeah.
Yeah. All I need for you to say, hey, I'm with you, and then shut the fuck up.
That's it.
But even if you go, hey, man, look, here's what I took from it, and, I mean, you bring up a very interesting point or whatever, but she came in and said, no, that's not what it's about. It's about this. And I was just like,
How the
are
fuck-
you fucking
Are
kidding
you kidding me right now?
Are you you in? And I just asked her, I was like, did you just explain to me how I'm supposed to feel about George Floyd getting killed as a white girl with both your parents in the house and you drive a
And
fucking
all that
BMW and this, and I'm like, did you really? It's just a, and it's one of those
There's
things.
the girl at the show the night. Use your platform.
Yeah,
Use
that
your
was
platform.
disturbing.
I'm using it. Shut the fuck up. I'm on a platform.
Stop
literally.
interrupting my platform.
Yeah. What are you doing right now? Go ahead, buddy.
One of
Yes,
the last shows I did at the Joke Joint, I was
Rest
doing
in
something
peace.
about I was doing something about you
or
know
whatever.
and this white girl in the front just kept yelling, "Fuck the police! Fuck the police!" And someone was like, "Hey, shut the fuck up!" And I just looked at the lady who yelled, "Shut the fuck up!" And I go, "Let me guess, you either are married to or related to a police officer, right?" And she was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I go, "I got this." And I just leaned down. I was like, "Lady, my uncle was a cop for 31 years before he passed, and saying fuck the police blanket like that is no different than the police looking at every black man and thinking it's a threat. Like it or not, you're part of the fucking problem." And then the crowd was in on that, and I was like, so I'm like, don't get me wrong, you'll never find a bigger NWA fan than me. I jammed the shit out of that song, but like, let's just be honest, man. It's time to stop fucking lumping everybody into the same group. And she was like, well, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. I said fuck the police. And I was like, okay, look, I did it the nice way. But, bitch, what the fuck have the cops ever done to you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Can we say fuck most of the police? I mean, I don't understand what has happened in my community, if you want to call it that.
Look,
Because
this is back to what you were saying. Y'all are so disassociated as white people together.
I was,
that you
listen,
can't even
I
say
was-
community.
I was raised by hillbillies that hated cops, that hated, they come from moonshine runners, and all of a sudden everyone's driving around with one of these blue line flags on their, like, what is,
Wait a minute,
what
I thought
happened?
we hated the police
How did
too?
they trick you?
Well, that's the way I feel like when you go through a trailer park, you see a Trump 2020 flag. I'm like, you're poor. He hates you.
He
He
hates y'all.
fucking hates you.
He's a fucking Yankee with a shitty
And I
trucker hat.
Hey, now.
Not Yankee. Not Yankee.
Not Yankee.
You did your time. You did your time.
You from Beaumont. It's okay.
It's okay.
The
We
usual
expect you to
suspect-
have a shitty trucker hat.
The usual suspects. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. The greatest trick Republicans ever pulled was convincing these trailer park motherfuckers that they're on their side.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
If
really
you shook Donald Trump's hand, he would reach for Purell afterwards, more so than if he shook mine.
Get away.
people that I grew up with that had an infinite distrust of police and governments, all of a sudden,
Oh yeah.
oh, you don't like
Amazingly
Trump?
on
You
the
don't like
side of-
Trump? You don't support Trump?
I'm not.
What the hell?
I'm in that weird group of certainly not fuck all cops. Also, I've been arrested more times than I could ever possibly count. So
Yeah, you got.
I'm not on team. They're all our buddies. That's
Yeah.
that's a weird. I have a very physical. Like I understand the necessity, right? We have to have a civilization that has police officers. However, I have a palpable reaction in my heart at a regular stoplight on a normal day in
When a
the
cop pulls up.
afternoon if a cop pulls up next to me.
Dude.
Plates and everything in order. I have my heart changes.
Yep.
I am on team.
Worst
I
feeling
treat
ever.
police officers like I treat alcoholics and big dogs. I don't let them get behind me, and I don't trust them till I know they're cool.
And I don't turn my back. I don't turn my back.
They're unpredictable as hell. I don't.
Until we have more
Police,
information, you're only
Big
allowed to smell
dogs
my
and
hand.
alcoholics.
That's the fucking rule. You can smell my hand, but stay over
But
there.
I'm watching your
Evening,
ass.
officer. There a problem?
That's
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Can I buy you a
Put your
drink?
hands where I can see him. How about your nose?
I'm gonna try it next time I get pulled over. I'm gonna stick both hands out the window.
I'm just
Oh, you joke. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
I-
but you don't. You'll smell them drunkenly. That's
I
With
was
the-
living in
with the
Montgomery
cop-
County where I'm still a problem because I got long hair, and I would get pulled over, and the guys
You
in my
might be
truck
into
would
that
be and
weed.
look at me funny, and I'd just put my hands up on the window like, nope.
When the cop lights me
I'm not gonna
up,
be no
yeah,
accident.
you're that shit
when
in
the
a
cop
Tesla
lights
song.
me up, I do not pull over until I have my wallet out of my pocket. I make sure that my insurance and my license are in my hand, and then when I pull over, I put that bitch in park, and when he walks up, both hands are out the window every fucking time.
I asked a Montgomery police officer pulled me over. It's been about a year ago. He pulled me over, and I always wear these cargo breeches, and I had my wallet up here in the left pocket. And I go, "Hey, man, my driver's license is in that pocket, and I'm going to reach in there and grab it if that's okay with you." And he popped the strap on his gun and pulled his gun out and goes, "Yeah, go ahead."
I tell you what,
And I've
though,
never
man.
been so I was like, "Oh God, oh
Well,
God."
you just go ahead and shoot me, buddy. Let's just.
But I'll tell you what, when I do that, because I told you I don't pull over till it's out there, I get the license out, I get the insurance out, the wallet goes on the fucking front dash. And when I put both hands out the window or whatever, almost every time when they walk up, just because I did it, the cop just walks up and goes, "Hey, relax, son."
Yeah.
And they're always just like, because I
Probably
think,
goes
I
a
think,
long way.
I think sometimes the cops, they feel bad. They're like, "Dude, this motherfucker's actually scared of me." And when they see you do that,
No,
they
we're
pull up
scared
and
of
it's just like-
y'all.
and
Not
it's just
personal, officer.
Yeah, but
It-
I make
I
sure
am
both
just-
hands out.
Yeah, I'm generally scared if anybody has a handgun in their hand. I don't feel comfortable when I'm the only one without one
I was
in my
joking
hand.
about this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's one somewhere.
I somewhat fuck with the police, and I really like guns, but I don't think cops should get guns immediately. There should be like a 12-week program where you got to fight crime with your environment.
Oh, like
Yeah,
a video game.
No, you
gotta,
need to be a Bobby with a fucking with a
Yeah.
nightstick.
You get one of
Well, I
those
was
sticks,
just
Yeah.
like, because I feel like if you
and
have
then
to
you down to cinder blocks and
Yeah.
stop signs.
like if you gotta fight crime unarmed, like you gotta fight crime with no weapons, you'll have sympathy for an unarmed suspect.
Right, and by the time you get to level 3, your health will be where you need it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like,
You're
bro,
maxed
I've been apprehending suspect with this brick for the last 3 weeks. So
I'm a little more scared of a cop with a brick. He might use that
he
some
might-
bitch.
he's for sure using the
I'd
brick.
rather be shot. That is.
I took a job one time when I needed work in Louisiana at Angola Penitentiary as
Louisiana.
a prison guard, Louisiana.
They have the rodeo.
And, yeah, they got that, but they got a lot of repression and scary other shit too.
but also the
And,
rodeo.
And I took this job, and I thought, okay, well, they're going to give me a gun if I'm a prison guard. They do not give you a gun.
Oh, no.
You get a beeper. And the beeper is assigned to your unit.
And somebody with the gun comes running?
Hopefully. So what they have?
Hopefully.
No, listen. What they have is they have this thing called the
Like
goon-
you ordered some chicken strips? And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
SWAT?
yeah.
You didn't
So-
show them as a hall monitor in prison.
yeah. So you're locked in a dorm with 60 inmates. You're locked in there with them, and if something happens, things get out of hand.
You
You
got a
just reach
beeper.
behind your back and you hit that beeper, and you hear the goon squad coming down the hallway, right? Chink, you can hear their keys. Chink, 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 chink. And there's a guy called the key sergeant, and he stands there with the door open. He catches all their keys, and he opens the door and lets them in there to whoop ass, right? One day I went to work. I normally cover.
They got to put all their keys in a fishbowl like
they
they go
just
into a
throw 'em
swinger
at him.
party?
So
Oh my!
one day I go to work, and I cover.
Do they get to fuck other guards? How does this
yeah,
work?
there's a lot of that. Covering the Elm unit, and the one day I go to work, and the guy that covers the Hickory unit called in sick, and they said, "Can you go cover the Hickory unit?" And I said, "Okay." And I didn't think that the beeper I had was for the Elm unit. And this dude gets out of hand, this guy called Big John. And Big John was a scary individual. And I decided I was going to write Big John up for an infraction. And Big John decided he's going to whip my ass. And he's chasing me around the dorm. And I real
Slowest
slick.
chase ever.
Yeah, it's not fast. But I'm moving. I'm grooving. I'm doing what I can. This is
Hitting your
20
beeper.
years ago. I was a little faster. I
Okay.
hit that beeper. And I hear him coming down the hallway. Chinga, 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 chinga. And I said, hell yeah. And I turned around and I looked at Big John, and I just, right when I heard them keys get by my door, I just jumped up and pow! Gave him one, right? And then I heard them keys go chinga, chinga, chinga down to the Elm unit.
Oh my fucking god!
By the time they figured out what was happening and got in the Hickory unit, Big John had me in an unusual position.
They
You know
called the
what I mean?
people in the Pine unit to make a box.
I almost found my G-spot that day. It was bad.
Brother,
Imagine what Four Fingers can do.
how
Or a
were
fist.
how were Big John and Jerry Wayne not the names of the Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, my
Oh, wow!
Oh, my. You won't believe what old Jerry Wayne got himself into this week.
They were. They had to change it for sensitivity.
Big John
issues.
had an Big John was into it up to his elbows, and Jerry Wayne wasn't taking it so well.
They thought they covered that with the Confederate flag on top of the car.
General Lee's gonna need a lot more oil in it for this one.
Hell no!
Oh shit.
Just some good old boys. All right, man. Cheer. We got to get out of here.
That's
I
been
think.
great.
This, the Whiskey Brothers. We are your Whiskey Brothers. Jerry Wayne Longmire, welcome
Cheers, Jerry
aboard.
Wayne, welcome.
Sam Damaris, Trey Tutson, Glassless. Thanks
go.
to Old
I'm
Humble
sorry,
Distilling
guys.
for the whiskey. And to vaultsoflore.com. We're on top of that. The entire month will be brought to you, plus an extra episode at the beginning of July. Or August is the next month. I guess we're already into July.
Chat, they go, how big was a motherfucker to scare Jerry? I'll tell you what, it's less scary than you keep spelling his name with a G.
Oh, wow.
It is JW.
Swing and a miss. Good try.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com.
Vaultsoflore.com. Go to the website, check out the book. We'll talk more about it. We're gonna have a copy in house. We'll give you a copy of it. We have the documents. Have it ready, Joe. We'll see you guys on another episode soon. Send your friends.
They don't want no problem. Nah.
Music provided by
Scarface.
Thank you for listening to yet another excellent episode of the Whiskey Brothers Podcast, the world's funniest podcast ever. The Whiskey Brothers Podcast was made in America by Americans, mostly in and around the Houston area. All content copyright the Whiskey Brothers. This concludes our broadcast day. Goodbye.